Okay, so there's this thing I built in D&D forever ago for my homebrew world that I haven't yet implemented, but I really want to. And I still have the notes for it. Essentially, if you're wandering around the prime material plane, there is a teeny tiny % chance as a random encounter that you'll run into the Admiral. And the Admiral is this like solo shopkeeper essentially, except his shop is just like a teeny little wagon that he carries around with him. And he's an incredibly old dude. Like you have no idea what business he has traveling the roads. And especially not in some really harsh environments. Like you could randomly encounter him on top of a fucking mountain and he'll just be there with his little wagon. You could even be in the middle of the fantasy Mariana's Trench and he'll show up, you know, just like with a bucket over his head, somehow breathing and pushing his wagon along. And every time you run into him, he only sells you one thing for like 10 gold pieces or something like that. And it's stuck behind a curtain. You can't tell what it is, you just have to blindly buy it and then hope that it's something that's somewhat decent. Thing is, it's never decent and it's never useful. Every single time, it's a different joke object. It's like standard stuff like the ring of magic detection, except it detects itself so it's always on. A vial of something known as grease of the serpent, which is quite literally just snake oil and doesn't do anything. A crown of invisibility that goes invisible when it's worn, a ring of attunement that gives you an extra attunement slot, but you have to attune to it. Shit like that, right? Now, when questioned, the Admiral doesn't give a lot of info about himself, but what he will say is if you ask him for his actual name, he'll say, oh, it's Admiral Mao. And even though he gives no further details as to his nature, you might be able to figure out that Admiral Mao actually rearranges to say Ola Damara, which is the Greyhawk god of trickery and revelry and shit like that. He's just a little prankster, he's just a little guy, but I love him to death.